Hello everyone, this is Kayla with Quilt and Thread. We are returning to do the second block in the bird watching block of the month. And these are the two lovebirds. So very first we're going to start off making the heart. Alright, so with the heart we're going to add a little square up at the top, and you're going to mark the back of it with a diagonal line. And we're going to do that on both sides, one on the left side of one of the red squares and one on the right side. Alright, so now that I have the back marked, I'm going to mark the other ones just to make it a little more efficient, but you could do one at a time, that's up to you. Alright, so I'm just aligning these up. Make sure that the diagonal is pointed in the right direction. Now if you want to pin this, you can go ahead and pin. I am not a pinner, so I just kind of eyeball it. So I got one side down. We're going to do the other half of the heart because the red square is just one half of the heart. Take that off so you can kind of see. So we got one side done. I'm going to cut those apart, and then we're going to do the same thing. Now you can press these open with spray starch or an iron. I just kind of finger press it. I think it works well enough, but again, up to your personal preference. Now we're adding this to the other side. Remember, make sure the diagonal is pointing from the right direction, the right corner to the right corner, and you can always flip it open to test it, but we're going to just go ahead and sew that. And again with the other one. And then I'll just trim those apart and cut off the excess as well. Finger press that open. Now this tool here, you can buy these at my shop or online. It's a seam roller. They do work really nice, especially if you spray them with a little bit of moisture or spray starch. So I just set those there for right now. The next thing you're going to do is add a square onto the bottom. You're going to mark the back of these, and the instructions have the sizing in there for you. And you're going to put that just on one side. So on the left side it's going to be on the left, and then on the right side it's going to be on the right. It doesn't matter which block you do that with because they're both identical at this point, but you'll want to make sure they're opposite sides. So I'm going to go ahead first. That's going to be the right side. And as you can see, I folded it down just so I could make sure I did the diagonal the right way. Okay, now I'm going to do the other one. Make sure the diagonal is going the opposite way this time. Go ahead and just cut that open, and then that's one half of the heart. Cut this for the other half, and then as simple as that, we're going to join those two together, lay them on top of each other, and sew along the vertical line, and then just press that open, and voila, we have a cute simple heart. So we need to add the little top block to it, so I'm just stitching that on real quickly. And then we'll go ahead and set the heart aside for right now. Oh, I'm sorry. No, we're not setting the heart aside. We're going to add the sides to the heart first. So that'll be background fabric, and you're going to put one square on the left side and one square on the right side. Press that open. Okay, and that's the top portion of the block. Now we're going to set it aside, and step number 2 is working on the pink bird. So let me just just align those boards the right way. So we are going to go ahead and take the headpiece, and then you're going to take 2 background squares and mark the back of those, and we're going to add those to the top 2 corners. Alright, that's just showing you how to make sure to look at it and make sure that it's the right direction. And we're just trimming this away. You're going to get very used to doing these because that seems like a lot of it is marking the backs of those, trimming them up, making it a little edge. We're doing another one. We're going to add that to the bottom to form the shape of the head. So that goes on the bottom right, and you want to make sure that the diagonal is the right direction again, and then we're just going to press it open, and that's the head. Alright, so now we're taking the yellow for the wing and the pink for the body, and we're going to do the same process, but it's a lot bigger square. So along the diagonal and press open. Now we're going to add the background to it. This is the shape of the body. Same technique, put it on the bottom corner, so along the diagonal line, cut open. Very simple. Alright, and one more, we're going to add another pink to the bottom of the yellow. And there you go. That's the first step of the bird. Okay, now we're going to add the kind of chest, breast area of the bird. So we're going to stitch that onto the right side. Make sure this background sky is facing upward. And there's the little bird's body. And then down, add a little background to the bottom of that to kind of frame out the bottom of the bird. That part, so we're just going to set that aside for a quick second. Now we're going to work on the feet. Now the feet is going to probably be the most complicated part. Not that it's difficult, but just because the blocks are small, a lot of people are intimidated by that. So if you want to use a lead fabric to help you so that the fabric when you start it doesn't shove down into the plate, you can, but I went ahead and just sewed the 2 squares together, made a half square triangle out of the one. Now the other, we are adding the longer block to it. I'm going to do the same technique we have been this whole time with the squares. Trim off the excess, press it open. So you got the 2 feet, now you're going to join them together. This step goes a little quick. Alright, so now you got part of it, but you need the other blue background, so you're going to add it to the left side of the feet there. And then that's what the feet look like. So you can add that to the bottom of the body then.
That's fine. Oh, did you? Look at you being a champ.
Alright, so that's what it looks like on the bottom. Cute little bird starting to form. Very adorable. Okay, so yes, my camera did delete this next step. I just attached the body onto the head. It's very simple to do. You just put them right sides together and then stitch a horizontal line and then just open it back up. Next, then we did the blue bird, and that's the same exact step as the pink bird, but opposite. So my camera died again, and that's probably why it deleted that one. So now we have it going the opposite direction up ahead, which I had a second. So what I did is the beaks here. So you take the 2 little orange squares and then a blue background, and you're just gonna put them on the top corners of each other, almost like you're making a flying geese. piece to the bottom. And this block will join the two heads together. So I'm sewing this onto the blue head first. Press that open and you see how the beak lines up there, and then I'm going to press the pink one onto it as well, and it kind of makes the birds look like they're kissing. It's cute. Perfect for Valentine's Day. Alright, now when I did the pink, I didn't add the side piece onto the head like I was supposed to, so I went ahead and just did it here. That would have been done earlier in the step, but that's okay, it still worked out. Now we're going to add the bodies together. This is a very simple way to do it. So we're just going to lay the head on top of the bodies. You're just going to sew these together, kind of try to make sure that the heads line up in the bodies, just so that the head's not weirdly disjointed, and then the beaks should be kind of where the bodies don't touch. And if you need to tug on this a little bit, the fabric does stretch and pull. Sometimes when you're first learning these, it's not always perfect. So I'm just going to finger press that open, and we're going to add the heart to the top. Same kind of technique. Now with this one, I centered the heart in the middle first, just so that I knew it was where I wanted it to be. And then I just sewed a horizontal line across it. Alright, then just press that open. So now you do want to press it if you have a heat press or an iron, and then just square it up, and then that is it for now. I will see you next month.